I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
I just know him as a person.
Right.
One of my best friends.
Right.
And he just wants to become a better person.
Right.
And do better things.
He's
about him, what's going on.
He's a tremendous motivational speaker.
Yeah, it's about what's going on him in the inside, because he knows that those outside things aren't going to fix you.
There is no me, no self. Jim Carrey is gone, actually never existed, and I know that now. So I'm able to take gigantic chances with this thing that people know.
I only know from my personal standpoint, he's done what he wanted to do. He's hit his pinnacle. He's made as much money as he can make or whatever, right? I just know him as a person.
Hollywood is full of secrets, from A-list scandals to wild parties for the elite. It seems like every event in the industry has some hidden agenda, or at least that's what Jim Carrey believes. Lately, Jim's been pretty vocal about the shady stuff going on in Hollywood since the beginning, but his outspokenness hasn't come without a cost. He's faced serious backlash and even punishment from the industry, like being canceled. So cancel culture isn't slowing down in Hollywood, and it looks like Jim Carrey might be the next target. To make things even more interesting, other famous figures like Cat Williams and Tommy Davidson have reportedly come forward to explain why Carrey's in hot water.
So he strives to just stay on what got him there.
Right.
You know, knowledge of his family, where he grew up.
Right.
You know, just all of that stuff that counts.
But why is Carrey being punished? What has he done to go through this? Jim Carrey has really gone out on a limb to expose the shady side of the industry. He's risked it all to drop hints about what's really going on, like how the Illuminati supposedly pulls the strings in our lives and scripts our every move. Fans of Carrey swear that after he spoke up, they basically strong-armed him into retiring and disappearing. Let's face it, Jim Carrey's always been a fascinating dude with his fair share of eccentric moments in his career. He's not afraid to talk about the industry and this whole Illuminati business, which makes you wonder if he's trying to clue us in on what's really going down behind the scenes. The news of Jim Carrey's retreat from the limelight since his Hollywood exit has sparked worries among his pals. This guy used to be the life of the party, but now he's apparently holed up in self-isolation, looking like a ghost of his former self, ever since he shifted gears to focus on art back in 2022.
You're supposed to say, you know, we're important, and you're supposed to say it's all going to be all right, and you're supposed to say that, you know, whatever you dream.
During a recent rare sighting at his 62nd birthday celebration earlier this month, Carrey was observed looking disheveled and hardly recognizable. This has prompted friends to step in and extend their support, especially considering his rumored struggles with failed relationships over the years, which are believed to have taken a toll on him. The star of Dumb and Dumber, renowned for his vibrant energy and comedic talent, is reportedly causing concern among his close friends due to his increasingly reclusive lifestyle, leading to worries about his well-being.
I do believe in manifestation, power of that kind of stuff, but I don't believe that any of it matters. You know, this mattering is to me.
On his 62nd birthday, observed on January 5th, Jim Carrey made a rare public appearance looking disheveled and hardly recognizable, prompting his friends to gather around him to offer support. According to a source cited by the National Enquirer via Radar Online, the comedian has been spending time in Hawaii and is hiding away, showing very little interest in anything Hollywood has to offer. The Insider expressed concern, stating, "It's a big worry for the many folks who care about Jim, who's had some seriously rough moments these past few years." The source added that Carrey tends to self-isolate and withdraw. Observing Carrey's appearance, the Insider remarked that the former actor seems to have taken a beating, both physically and mentally. The concerns about Jim Carrey's well-being stem from his decision to step away from his Hollywood career as an actor-comedian and focus on pursuing art. In March 2022, the Ace Ventura star disclosed to Access Hollywood that he was probably retiring from acting. Carrey explained, "Well, I'm retiring. Yeah, probably. I'm being fairly serious. It depends. If the angels bring some sort of script that's written in gold ink that says to me that it's going to be really important for people to see, I might continue down the road, but I'm taking a break." He further expressed, "I feel like, and this is something you might never hear another celebrity say as long as time exists, I have enough. I've done enough. I am enough. This shift in focus towards personal fulfillment through artistic endeavors seems to have prompted concern among his friends about his well-being and lifestyle. And Tommy Davidson has also talked about Jim recently. Tommy Davidson, the well-known American comedian who's been around for ages, recently appeared as a guest on Mike Tyson's podcast, Hot Boxin' with Mike Tyson. In an episode, Davidson joined Tyson and co-host DJ Woo Kid to chat about a bunch of topics. Tyson shared some wild boxing stories, while Davidson spilled the beans on his experiences with fellow comedians. During their chat, Davidson even revealed who he thinks is the craziest comedian in the game. There were moments when both Tyson and Davidson got curious about each other's professions. Davidson used this episode as a chance to get to know Tyson better, asking him about his opinions on many classic boxers. During the podcast, co-host DJ Woo Kid asked Davidson who he thought was the craziest comedian in the business. Kid predicted it might be Jamie Foxx. Davidson pondered the question for a moment before finally revealing the name of the comedian he had in mind. He said, "Oh, I don't know if there was a crazy one. I think the crazy one was Jim." At that point, Tyson jumped in and shared his thoughts on Carrey, saying, "He's awesome." Davidson went on to explain how Jim Carrey can actually teach you how far you can take one joke. Because of this, many people refuse to work alongside him in sketches. Davidson then elaborated on Carrey's unique work process and approach to comedy. Nevertheless, Davidson stood up to find some space in front of the couch where he could enact Carrey's style. He moved near Mike Tyson and acted out the entire scene, narrating everything that happened on the filming set while using his body to illustrate. Davidson said, "He's supposed to fall on the ground for a second and get up. And I'm supposed to hit him with sutures, you know, right? So I'd say the line, right? And so he falls, right? Back, right? And he's on the ground, right?" Davidson then started shaking on the ground, mimicking Carrey's flamboyant body language that he often uses to create humor. He explained how Carrey kept repeating this act at least 5, 6 times, and no one could stop laughing. Well, this is not the only time he spoke about Jim. Recently on Club Shay Shay's podcast, he talked about why he is stepping away from the industry. Tommy shared his perspective on Jim Carrey's absence from the public eye. According to Tommy, Jim had achieved great success with films like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and The Truman Show, but recently he had focused on personal growth and becoming a better person. Jim, a close friend of Tommy's, recognized the importance of inner development and non-materialistic accomplishments, such as being a loving son and a good person. Tommy then recalled memories of his own upbringing and how his mother's teachings about giving and gratitude had shaped his understanding of success.
You know, my mother was the kind of woman that would like, you know, we was on welfare.
Right.
You know, we coming up the stairs with groceries.
Jim Carrey's journey in the entertainment industry has indeed been marked by both success and personal challenges. Despite his fame and acclaim for comedic roles in films like Liar, Liar, Bruce Almighty, The Mask, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Dumb and Dumber, and The Cable Guy, he has faced difficulties throughout his career.
We usually don't pick up hitchhikers, but I'm gonna go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
Carrey has showcased his versatility by also taking on serious roles, receiving praise for his performance in films like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where he starred alongside Kate Winslet. Early in his career, Carrey faced the hardships of the industry, working under the guidance of popular comedian Rodney Dangerfield, who played a pivotal role in helping him explore the world of comedy and realize his potential. His climb to superstardom during the 1990s included notable work on the TV show In Living Color.
Said to him, "You have the perfect persona, the perfect comedic persona. I mean, I have, I'm cheap and all this, but the no respect thing gets to the core."
When Jim Carrey embarked on his journey into the entertainment industry, he quickly realized the formidable challenges that lay ahead. Chronicled by the New York Times, the actor and comedian faced a protracted and arduous struggle to ascend to stardom. Over nearly a decade, he dedicated himself to performing comedic acts wherever he could, striving to be recognized and taken seriously in the industry. In candid reflections, Carrey shared, "For years I used to drive up to Mulholland Drive every night and look at the city and sit and imagine myself with all this money and being sought after." Contrary to a desire for material wealth, his primary aspiration was excellence in his craft. Recalling a pivotal moment at the age of 15 when his father secured him a gig at a Toronto comedy club, Carrey acknowledged facing initial failure, getting booed off the stage in a polyester suit that clashed with the crowd's preferences. Undeterred, he made a comeback 2 years later with a more authentic performance, abandoning the suit for a messy-haired, relatable approach. At the age of 19, Carrey shifted his focus to Los Angeles, tirelessly tirelessly honing his skills until catching the attention of industry heavyweights such as Sam Kinison and Rodney Dangerfield, eventually securing coveted television roles. Jim Carrey's journey to success was marked by formidable challenges and numerous rejections in his pursuit of a career in the entertainment industry. The hurdles he faced were evident in instances such as his attempt to join Saturday Night Live, where he encountered immediate rejection. According to Insider, Carrey's audition tape for SNL never even made it to the executive producer, Lorne Michaels. Michaels, in a statement to Vanity Fair, confirmed that he never had the chance to personally review Carrey's audition tape. He explained, "Somebody who was there said, 'I don't think Lorne would like it,' and they were probably wrong, but it doesn't matter. Or maybe they were right. Who knows? No one gets it all right." Thankfully, Carrey became successful nonetheless. He harbored no ill feelings against the show or its makers, and he has hosted SNL 3 times and was also a part of the show's 40th anniversary episode in 2015.
Enjoy the reunion, you know?
Can you really enjoy a reunion? Come on.
You are so crazy, Jim Carrey!
Even as he was starting to make his mark in Hollywood, Jim Carrey had to learn to live with a massive sense of personal loss. He lost both his parents in a relatively short span of time, his mother in 1991 and his father in 1994. Carrey revealed in 2014 that his father indirectly helped him follow his dreams. Carrey's father was immensely talented and could have shone in the entertainment industry, but was too afraid to take that risk. "So many of us chose our path out of fear disguised as practicality," Carrey explained via ABC News. "My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that was possible for him. So he made a conservative choice, and instead, he got a job as an accountant." Years later, his father faced a critical juncture when he lost his job, compelling him to reassess his options. Jim Carrey reflects on this period as a valuable lesson, realizing that even seemingly secure choices can lead to failure. He emphasizes the importance of embracing failure while pursuing one's true passions. For Carrey, that meant pursuing acting and comedy, a decision rooted in genuine love for the craft. Moreover, Jim Carrey is no stranger to battling mental illness. His characters on screen are known for making people laugh, but the actor has privately fought depression for a long time, seeking professional help to cope with his symptoms. Carrey spoke about his journey in 2004 in a conversation on 60 Minutes. "I was on Prozac for a long time. It may have helped me out of a jam for a little bit, but people stay on it forever. I had to get off at a certain point because I realized that, everything's just okay," Carrey said. Despite being an incredibly talented, versatile actor, it would be fair to say that Jim Carrey has seen his fair share of ups and downs in his career. Acting has definitely taken a back seat over the last few years, but Carrey hasn't forgotten his love for the craft. One of his fans wrote, "He lost his parents at his peak, but that didn't stop him. Every performance this guy did is comedy gold. Was amazing in drama too." Another one added, "He took his sorrow and turned it into our joy. That's a beautiful life. There'd be no 90s without Jim Carrey's humor." This is not it. He has also called out Will Smith and Chris Rock after that famous Oscar scandal. It all started during the 94th Academy Awards. Jim Carrey didn't mince words when he threw shade at the whole debacle with Will Smith and Chris Rock at the Oscars. When he was out there promoting Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Carrey straight up told Gayle King on CBS that he was totally disgusted by the whole scene at the 2022 Oscars. When Smith slapped Rock for cracking a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's haircut, considering she deals with alopecia.
Uh-oh, Richard! Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith out of me.
Yeah, Carrey wasn't having any of it. After Smith unleashed that outburst at Chris Rock, yelling to keep his wife's name out of his mouth, he still walks away with the Best Actor award for King Richard. For Jim Carrey, that was enough to stop holding back on his thoughts. He straight up said he felt sick seeing everyone giving Smith a standing ovation after that mess.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation.
Carrey didn't hesitate, calling Hollywood out for being spineless and suggesting they've lost their edge. It would appear that the actor saw that action as confirming earlier suspicions that Will Smith's rise might be because of things he had done to get there. And that is likely why he is still being protected. If not for that protection, Carrey thinks Smith should have been booted out of the Oscars then and there for his slap-happy moment.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
Then King pointed out that Chris Rock chose not to involve the authorities in the matter, but Carrey asserted that this decision was solely because the comedian preferred to avoid the trouble.
He did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
Many folks are wondering if Will Smith's alleged protectors are behind all this trouble. A lot of people think Chris Rock didn't sue Will because of the supposed power Will holds in Hollywood, which lets him do whatever he wants. The rumor mill suggests that Will got this power by doing some pretty shady stuff, things you'd rather not know about. For a while now, accusations have been flying around that Will took part in certain rituals for power, including some involving gay activities. Even Jaguar Wright has talked about it herself.
They're both bi. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
If it were just Jaguar Wright, we might brush it off as another wild claim. But as we saw from the clip at the beginning, even someone close to Will Smith, his former assistant and friend Bilal, has come forward with even more damning details.
And then I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
Perhaps that's why Jada decided to stay away from him. Just in case you don't know yet, Jada Pinkett Smith recently revealed the difficulties within her marriage to Will Smith. In a preview for an NBC News and Today show special tied to her upcoming memoir, Worthy, the Set It Off star shared that she and Will Smith have been residing apart since 2016, despite maintaining a united front in public appearances.
From the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
Y'all have been...
I made a promise that there will never be a reason.
The speculations began to intensify in 2016 due to a well-known incident during the Oscars. In that year, Chris Rock famously roasted Jada Pinkett Smith in his monologue. According to Rock, Jada had approached him to step down from hosting the Oscars that year because her husband, Will Smith, had not received a Best Actor nomination for his role in the film Concussion.
Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth, I get it. You get mad? She said it's not fair.
And if you believe the revelations end there, think again. There are claims circulating that Jada and Will have been organizing unconventional gatherings at their residence, involving much younger men. Jaguar Wright even went on to divulge sensitive information, suggesting that she has witnessed young men leaving their premises in a state of astonishment. Contrary to the perception of Will Smith merely being a typical father expressing affection by giving his son Jaden Smith a gentle peck on the cheek, their dynamic transcends conventional norms. The duo's displays of affection have extended to a level that transcends the ordinary. On various occasions, Will has been observed planting kisses on Jaden's lips. While some might readily dismiss it as innocent paternal love, there are those who are beginning to raise questioning eyebrows. Speculations have arisen, suggesting that these actions might signify more complex undertones beyond just affectionate bonding.
That we saw on Red Table Talk, oh, that was G. That was G-rated. That was G-rated shit.
What I will say that I do know about the Smiths,
the public reaction to Will Smith's affectionate behavior even prompted discomfort among his fans. Many individuals criticized him for seemingly making his son, Jaden, uneasy by frequently planting kisses on his lips. Despite the growing scrutiny, Will consistently refuted any insinuations of impropriety, maintaining his denial of any discomfort caused to Jaden by these gestures. On this matter, one person commented, "That's disgusting. No one kisses their kids on the mouth like that, especially when the kids are teenagers. I can't believe people are cheering this kind of behavior." Another person wrote, "This is definitely CA, and there is always a negative impact on the child. When adults do certain things, they should try to not just think about themselves alone, but the impact of their actions on their children." Rumors are in circulation regarding Will and his wife Jada, who allegedly host lavish gatherings at their home, often attended by younger male guests. These events, as revealed by the outspoken Jaguar Wright, have been suggested to explore non-traditional boundaries. Some individuals even assert that they have personally observed young men leaving the Smith residence appearing agitated. The echoes of their distressing cries reportedly pierce through the night air, adding to the mysterious aura surrounding these gatherings.
His corny overbook was not built to be able to maintain the swag of a chick.
That is true.
Delving into the origins of these extraordinary and unorthodox events, it seems that Will might have drawn inspiration from none other than the revered maestro, Quincy Jones. This iconic music producer and musician boasts a storied career spanning decades, during which he has been privy to a myriad of experiences within the industry. Remarkably, he has not hesitated to unveil the hidden aspects and missteps of several celebrity associates. In a moment that startled many, Quincy Jones confided in an interview with Vulture magazine, laying bare the unexpected truth that individuals such as James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, and Marvin Gaye were queer. Here's what he had to say about Marlon Brando. He was the most charming MF you ever met. He'd F anything. He'd F a mailbox. James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye. Following Quincy Jones' contentious statements, a prominent YouTuber raised their voice, alleging that Quincy himself identifies as bi-S, expressing strong disapproval of Quincy's inappropriate comments. The YouTuber pondered whether he was an appropriate individual to divulge anyone else's gender inclinations, given the nature of his own revelations.
Quincy Jones, if you always tell the truth, well, tell me this. Are you bi?
However, the saga doesn't conclude there. The YouTuber took their stance a step further, asserting that they possessed a friend with connections in Hollywood, some of which involved interactions with none other than Quincy Jones himself.
Have a friend who is really attractive and gay, guess what? You learn a lot of things about the men in Hollywood.
Reports have emerged alleging that Quincy had engaged in a series of intimate liaisons with individuals, even when he was 70 years old. These allegations insinuate that Quincy had kept his interest in the same gender hidden for many years and might have held a role as a guardian of sorts for gay men within the realm of the entertainment industry.
Have you ever had a man multiple times?
Quincy Jones, celebrated for his pivotal role in shaping the trajectories of several Black artists' careers, has also been the subject of allegations linking him to various cults and groups, as claimed by conspiracy theorist Professor Griff. Griff accused Quincy of involvement in Hollywood rings.
It was this ritual. This is where came out against it, but I didn't mind. I wasn't talking about. I'm saying there's a ritual that they go through.
Moreover, the person making these assertions affirmed that during Tupac's introduction to the Hollywood scene, there were purported rituals and contrived scenarios orchestrated by Quincy, which Tupac was allegedly coerced into partaking in. The individual even substantiated rumors that Quincy had allegedly made advances towards Tupac, attempting to persuade him to engage in intimate activities.
He was asked by Quincy Jones to him in the when Tupac said no, that's when Tupac was for death. Why? Because Tupac was engaged to Quincy Jones's daughter.
While there hasn't been any direct confirmation about Will Smith's purported engagement with any of these individuals, the persistent conversations surrounding this subject underscore its notable presence within public discourse. Moreover, Carrey suggested that when he slapped Chris, it was his inner frustration. He said, "The slap came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated. I wish him the best. I have nothing against Will Smith. He's done great things, but that was not a good moment. It cast a shadow over everyone's shining moment last night. It was a selfish moment." Carrey revelation attracted the audience, and one of them said, "People assume that a celebrity wife does not know that her husband is gay and that he is on the DL, but I feel that in most cases, the wife knows, is gay herself, which then makes an agreement to enter into a lavender marriage for business reasons. For me, Reynolds Lively, Wade Union, Smith Pinkett, Cruz Holmes, Urban Kidman, Jay-Z, Beyonce, etc., etc." Another one added, "It all makes sense because if their marriage has been done for the past 10, 15 years, then him being gay might be a reason why, and she knows she has to protect the bag, so she's definitely not going to say anything during those times, but now she's kind of hinting it because she knows she still wants that bag for the future, so she doesn't want to mess that up." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.